Hello again, beautiful humans, and welcome to Antie's Adventure Assortment. I'm here doing my very first beach hunt, and it's a pretty breezy and overcast day. So there's only one family here at the lake, at the beach, and they are English, so I imagine they're used to cool weather. Anyway, here's a little view of the beach. I'll turn you around. There it is. And there was a regatta here last weekend, so I'm hoping that there will be some interesting things dropped. I've already found a couple of beer caps on the surface, which doesn't surprise me. So I can't do much filming because I forgot the charger for my phone in town, and I'm waiting for my stepson to bring it up when he comes later this afternoon. So yeah, let's get digging. I'll check in with you later. Hello again, everybody, and thank you for joining me for the wrap-up of my beach hunt. It was interesting how quiet it was. The beach volleyball area was completely silent except for three little signals. One was a pull tab, and the other two were beer caps. So, wow, no jewelry. I found no jewelry at all and hardly any coins. Lots of junk, and some of it's kind of interesting. So here we go. First off, tons of iron. Nails, wire, random little lumps of iron, lots of nails and screws. This awesome bolt, look at the size of it. That's like a 6-inch bolt right there. A tiny little rivet, a big washer. That's been through a fire. This has been through a fire. So have those. The fire pit was right on the beach. A couple of screws here. There's an awful lot of rusty iron, and that surprises me because a lot of children are playing on this beach. I'm glad to have cleared this up. As for some recognizable things, I've got lots of beer caps. This one is completely unrecognizable. The Canadians first. This was a surface find. Molson Canadian, Molson 67, that's their 67 calorie beer. There's a Molson Canadian cap, and there's a different style of Molson Canadian cap. You can see that the maple leaf is more stylized in the one on the right, and this one is the more traditional maple leaf here. More Canadian beer. We've got Carling. I'm not sure if they're even brewing anymore. This one's hard to read. This one is almost completely disintegrated, but this is Labatt's Blue. You can see blue here. And these aren't beer. I don't know what that is. I don't drink, so I don't know what that is. I know that's Mike's Hard Lemonade. And for our American friends, we've got a genuine Miller Draft. How do you get draft in a bottle? And this one, the Phantom beer cap folder strikes again. I think this is Coors. I can sort of see the C there. You see that's that cursive script C. Maybe not. Anyway, that's my thinking. And for our friends south of the border, a Corona. The top, whoop, it's flying away. There it is. It didn't fall down the deck. Where is it? Sorry about this. The wind just blew up. It's the end of a paintbrush. What fun. Lots of pop tops. This one was a surface find. See how shiny it is? So is this. Got some broken ones. This was in the wet sand at the beach. This one was also in the sand at the beach. And this one is from the 70s. I broke the beaver tail off it as I was cleaning it up. Arg. This is an aluminum nut. I know that that's off a battery from a Sea-Doo. And what else do we have? Okay, this is really fun. 3 can tops. These were down about 10 inches and under a mess of roots, and I dug and dug and dug, and there were more and more and more signals. It's like, oh my goodness. And I'm still a baby detectorist, so I didn't really know what they might be, and I was just going to dig whatever signal was chirping. So my goodness, they chirped because they're aluminum. But there they were, 1, 2, 3. And in the hole with them was this bag. This is a blast from the past. You see here it says reed, but actually I know for a fact this is a bread bag. And then I found the label, Toastmaster Table Pride. And here, I'm going to swing around the side of the table. Here's the little Toastmaster dude here. Any of my friends remember this? Oh my goodness, this is from my childhood for sure. I remember this sort of backgammon board sort of design on it too. Table Pride, that brand name was registered in 1941 and deregistered in 2016. So there is no longer any Table Pride, but this was on our tables in the 1970s. I know that for a fact. And there's another surface find at the top of a mason jar. So whether somebody was drinking out of a mason jar or whether they brought homemade pickles to a picnic, I don't know. But there it is. I found 3 coins. This is a 97. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's a 1997 penny. Come on, focus. Focus. Oh, it's being mean. Close. Sorry about that, folks. The sun's going in and out. Anyway, take it from me. It's a 1997 penny. This is a 2006 dime. That was in the water, in the wet sand. I had to dig for that. And I thought this was just another penny because it came up so brown, but of course it's much too big. It's my first nickel. And it looks like heck. And let me just check the date again. 1980. It's either a 1982 or a 1983, and I'm not sure you'll be able to see it because I can't really get the light. The sun's gone in just when I need some contrast. Anyway, I recognized it because I could see the log with the beaver on it. But when I cleaned it up, it got looking worse. So there's my first nickel, and what a scabby little specimen that is. But I'm glad to have it. So now I'm going to point you out toward the lake and tell you a little story. My husband's boat is in the shop. So he drove me over to this beach on the back of his Sea-Doo. I balanced the detector on my shoulder. I had all my kit in the front storage compartment along with a bottle of water. I had my cell phone. Well, my camera cut out for some reason, but I'm back now. Let me continue with my story. Just to recap, my husband took me out to Regatta Beach on the Sea-Doo, and it was rather an intrepid undertaking because I was hanging on with one hand. I had my detector over my shoulder with the other. The Sea-Doo started to cough and sputter as we were heading there, so he dropped me off, and we made arrangements that if I hadn't called him by 12:30, he would come and get me. And he went home, limped his way home apparently. So then I get a text from him saying that I should call, so I did. And he said that the Sea-Doo was no longer working. Well, that means that I am stranded at Regatta Beach. Actually, I didn't feel that worried because I had a bottle of water. There's a porta-john there. There's a picnic shelter in case it rained. I had my detector. I had my pinpointer. I had my shovel and my sand scoop. I was good to go for several hours. So he went to the marina, got some injector fluid, put it in, no dice. So after a while, I got another text from him saying he was on his way with a neighbor. He had begged a ride in the neighbor's boat, and my 2 heroes came and rescued me. So it was kind of an interesting time. My very first beach hunt turned into a real adventure for Antie's Adventure Assortment. I'm really glad you joined me on this little trip, and I'll talk to you soon. This is Antie, waving goodbye. See you soon.